In the last video, I talked about self-love, but many people still ask, isn't self-love just ego in disguise? Today I want to go deeper. I want to show you why real self-love does not come from ego. I want to show you what ego really is and why it's actually the biggest lie you've ever believed. Let's be honest, ego is not what you think it is. It's not just pride or showing off. Ego is deeper. It's the voice in your head that tells you who you are, but it's not your truth. Ego is the false identity built from fear. It's the stories, the labels, the judgments, all the things you think you need to be enough, but you don't. You may ask, how can ego be so dangerous? Because ego is what many ancient teachings called Satan, not a monster outside you, not a red figure with horns, but a presence inside you, sneaky, clever, always trying to pull you away from truth. Satan is not a person, it's a pattern, a voice, a system of thought that divides, accuses, and controls. The word Satan actually means the accuser, and that's exactly what ego does. It blames others, it blames life, it even blames you. It tells you you're not enough, that you must prove yourself, that you should feel guilty or ashamed or superior. It keeps you locked in fear, and fear keeps you asleep. Ego doesn't scream. Sometimes it whispers. It sounds like your own voice. That's how it hides. It says they don't respect you, or you need to be better than them, or you're a failure. It plays both sides, pride and shame, just to keep you from resting in truth. Because if you ever stop listening to it, you'll wake up, and ego can't survive that. The ego's biggest trick is making you believe it is you, that those thoughts are your identity, that your value depends on how others see you, that your worth is tied to your looks, your achievements, your status. But ego is not your voice. It's a voice you've been conditioned to believe. And the more you believe it, the more you forget who you really are. Now let's talk about love. Not the kind of love that depends on someone else, not the kind that changes with time. I'm talking about the love that is consciousness, the pure awareness inside you, the presence that watches your thoughts without judgment, the part of you that's always here, still, whole, and true. This love doesn't try to prove. It doesn't need to win. It simply sees, accepts, and allows. It brings light where there was confusion. It holds space where there was pain. That's why real self-love is not ego. It's not loud. It's not prideful. It's soft, quiet, and free. It comes from truth, not from the mask. Love is not a role you play. It's not something you earn. It's what you are, and that's why it cannot come from ego. Because ego is built on lies, love is built on truth. Ego creates suffering. Love brings healing. Ego divides. Love connects. Here's how you can tell the difference. Ego is always trying to be someone. It wants attention. It wants control. It needs to compare. But love has no need to be anyone. It's enough just being. Ego says, I need more. Love says, I already am. Real self-love is humble. It doesn't shout. It doesn't compete. It doesn't try to rise above others. It simply honors the truth of who you are. And when you begin to love yourself from that place, you stop trying to impress people. You stop playing roles. You stop betraying your heart just to feel accepted. Satan, the ego, wants you to believe life is against you, that you are alone, that you are broken. Because when you believe that, you become easy to control. You start chasing worth. You start wearing masks. But the moment you return to presence, to love, you remember, none of that was ever true. You can feel it, even now, the stillness inside you. The part of you that watches your thoughts, but doesn't become them. That is love, that is awareness, that is consciousness. An ego can't survive there, because the moment you see the lie, it falls apart. When you live from ego, you are always in defense mode. You react quickly. You argue, you protect, you build walls. But when you live from love, you begin to open. You listen, you soften. You speak with clarity, not with fear. Your energy changes. You don't carry the weight of needing to prove anything. Ego says you are special, but only if others agree. Love says you are worthy, no matter what. Ego says you'll be happy once you're perfect. Love says you are already whole, just as you are. Can you feel the difference? One voice leads you in circles. The other leads you home. Ego makes everything personal. It takes offense. It holds grudges. It tells you stories that keep you stuck. But love sees clearly. It knows nothing can really hurt your essence. It knows you don't need to hold on to pain to protect yourself. It lets go because it trusts what's real. This is the spiritual battle, not between good and evil out there, but between truth and illusion inside, between ego and love, between fear and freedom. The good news? You don't fight ego with more ego. You don't need to struggle. You just need to see clearly. Light doesn't fight darkness. It shines and darkness disappears. In the same way, when you become aware, when you return to presence, ego fades. You stop reacting. You stop pretending. You stop suffering. This is not about killing the ego. It's about no longer following it. It's about noticing the moment it tries to pull you in, and gently coming back to presence, coming back to love. The more you return to this place, the quieter the ego becomes. So no, self-love is not ego. Ego is selfish. Love is selfless. Ego is afraid. Love is awake. Ego separates. Love unites. Ego is Satan, but love is consciousness. And that's who you truly are. Not the voice in your head, not the labels you wear, not the stories you carry. You are love, you are truth. You are free.